So you're somewhere in between your subconscious and your conscious. You're dipping in between both of them. It creates a moment where you're processing information above and beyond normal consciousness, and then intuition takes in, and takes the driver's seat. That's your theta, your subconscious. And then while you're totally calm and relaxed, the rest of the world simply sips away, and it allows you to focus on only that one thing. You're dipping into alpha. So like surfers, when they're surfing, right? They're surfing, they're not thinking about the problems of the world. They're not thinking about all the stuff that's going on. They're just thinking about this one wave right now, this one little wave that I'm about to ride on. And that's all they're focused on. And then they're making little minor adjustments based off of the wave. They're reading the wave. They're feeling the wave and feeling how it's reacting. And then they're making those adjustments to ride the wave smoothly. And so that all comes from the intuition, from your subconscious mind, from the body, not necessarily from the mind where you're directing your thoughts and you're trying to think of what to do. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Is this interesting to you guys, or is this weird?
Like this, I was actually
good. Okay.
Watching a video. This guy bought like a brainwave thing.
I have one of those.
You have that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you bring it?
I used to bring it. Yeah, I could though. What did you say, Emilio? Yeah, so there's like these bands that you can get. I have one and I could bring it, and it actually tells you like where you're at on this. It'll tell you if you're in theta, and you're gonna see everyone throughout their waking day is in beta. That's when you're waking up, that's what when you're awake and you're just going throughout your day, everyone's in beta. Yeah, that'd be crazy. But that's when you're knocked out, dude. You're just like, that's when you're dreaming. Like you're just like the deepest, darkest sleep. Actually, no, not even dreaming.
Like an outer body experience, no?
No, delta more is like you're not even dreaming. It's a dreamless state. Like when you're just sleeping, it's black and you're just done, right? But theta is more so like you're dreaming. You're in that dream state and you're starting to kind of wake up a little bit. Alpha is when you're coming out of that, you're just very relaxed, very chill, very calm. That's also like where meditation kicks in. Beta is, like I said, your normal waking consciousness, and then gamma is like when you're dipping into gamma, like when you're learning, when you're really like involved in something very deeply too. Does that make sense? Okay, so when we're in flow, we're in alpha and theta, and then so what flow looks like from a physiological perspective is going on. So the early stages of hard work and focus are going to feel like agitation and stress. So that's norepinephrine and then adrenaline being dropped in. So when I'm going to start working, my brain is getting warmed up. My body's getting warmed up. Norepinephrine and adrenaline are starting to kick in. Norepinephrine and adrenaline, those are also, what do they create? Ruben, do you know? Norepinephrine and adrenaline.
Fight or flight.
Stress. Yes, they create stress. They're getting me ready. They're getting me prepared. I'm about to go in and sell with all these people, and my body's getting me warmed up. That's not going to feel good. That's not going to feel very motivating and inspiring. And so that's why the first door, the hardest door to get out of is the car door, to get into that motion, because my body is starting to create more stress. That is norepinephrine and adrenaline kicking in. The brain is starting to warm up. But as you progress, as you push past that, that's why first comes the action, then comes the motivation, then you start dipping into the dopamine. As you start making a little bit of progress, maybe you're speaking to customers and you get a little bit better. You said something perfectly and you noticed it and you're like, dang, that was really good the way I did that. Dang, that was really great the way I overcame that objection. Now I'm starting to kick into dopamine. Does anyone know what dopamine is really? It starts like from a very evolutionary standpoint, like when we were hunters and gatherers, right? So like we're out there hunting, and so you think about it, like people back in the day, people were hunting all day long trying to just catch some food, and that could be very draining. Like how are you gonna have the energy to go out there and keep running all day and trying to chase these animals? Like that's very draining. And so our body evolved and it started releasing dopamine to start keeping us motivated. So what happens is we're running out there, maybe we start getting a little bit tired, and then boom, we see the animal that we've been looking for, a little drop of dopamine. Boom, our body gets us motivated again. We're like, oh yeah, hell yeah, like we're gonna eat today, we're gonna get some food. And so we start getting excited, right? And then we start stalking it and we start getting a little bit closer to it. More dopamine starts hitting, and then boom, it runs away, and then we're like, damn it, now we have to go do it again. But because we have that dopamine, it's keeping us motivated. It's keeping us chasing the thing that we need to get. And so it's the same thing here. Exactly, like deals. As I get closer, I don't know if you guys have felt that on the doors, but like there's times where like I'll get a no, but I'm like, dang, I got a little bit better. Dang, I got a little bit better. Dang, I'm getting a little bit better. That's dopamine that's being dropped into your system. It's telling you you're doing good, you're progressing, you're moving forward, you're getting better. And so, yes, you're seeing yourself progress. And so you're getting those little drops of dopamine. So dopamine is released. Anytime you reach a milestone or think you're on the correct path, you're getting a little hit of dopamine. You're realizing like, holy shoot, I'm getting closer to the goal. Dopamine pushes norepinephrine and adrenaline down, and then it allows you to start, allows the work that you're doing to start feeling good. So you start off with the norepinephrine and the adrenaline. That's your body getting you warmed up. You're creating more stress in your body so that you're more focused. But as you continue to go through the work and as you start progressing and doing better, then dopamine starts to kick in, and then that's when you start to feel good. That's when your work becomes fun and enjoyable. But you guys have to understand that as you're starting off your work, it's not going to feel good. It's going to feel stressful. You're not going to enjoy doing it. But as you continue to do it, and as long as you stay doing it and you start seeing yourself progress, dopamine's going to kick in, and it's going to allow you to start dipping into that flow state. Does that make sense? So in your body, that's the stuff that's happening. That's why they say that the hardest door to get out of is the car door. The hardest door to knock is the first door, because you're feeling that stress and that confusion. So how to trigger flow? There's a few ways to activate flow states across a physiological, environmental, and social level. I'm going to talk about physiological triggers, and then we'll stop here. So how can I start to trigger flow in my life? They talk about the physiological triggers. So the first one is the challenge to skill ratio. It's not supposed to say skill, it's supposed to say skill ratio. So research shows that tasks which are 4% more challenging than our skills are capable of meeting the midline between boredom and anxiety. If I'm doing something that's too easy, I'm not going to be really interested and involved in doing it. I'm going to be like, oh, this is too easy, like whatever, I'm not going to really be interested in it. And so I'll never really dip into flow. So what we're doing, it has to be challenging. Is knocking doors challenging?
Yes.
Hell yeah, right? And so that's already, in a sense, it's already getting us to start getting into that flow state if we continue to do it. But with that, we have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. We have to know that it's going to be hard. But the thing is don't stretch. I mean, we want to be able to stretch, but not snap under that pressure. We have to understand that this is going to be a challenge. It's going to be difficult. And then again, that's going to allow us to tap into that flow. The other one is it has to be an intense focus. No distractions, no multitasking, a singular task. Do you think I would be able to dip into the flow state as a surfer if I'm surfing and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, let me check my Instagram real quick? Hell no, right? That's a distraction. It's going to get my mind distracted. And so in order for me to dip into flow state, whatever I'm doing, I have to be completely focused on that task. So if you guys are wanting to operate at peak performance on the doors, you need to be able to get rid of the distractions. I love what you said the other day, Zach, when you were like, dude, whenever I go and knock on the doors, I delete Instagram from my phone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you do that?
Yes, every day.
He'll delete it.
Yeah.
But what he's doing...
And you install it at the end of the day?
Yep. It just doesn't allow you to
Yeah.
jump on it, huh? Easy access.
Yeah, like if I want to see my Instagram, I gotta like go to Safari and I gotta like log in and then, you know, just clear that, delete the, you know, any other, I mean, I don't have TikTok, but like I would do that as well if I, you know, I don't have Facebook on my phone, no distractions. Or I'll just have my iPad with me and I don't even have my
So who would like to be working on the doors and it seems so easy, so relaxed, and you're just getting all these great results, you're at peak performance? Who would want that, right? Obviously we would all want that because we're gonna make a shitload of money. But the thing is that if we're allowing ourselves to get caught up in distractions, we're not allowing ourselves to operate at full potential. You're not allowing yourself to dip into that full potential that you could be reaching if you're allowing distractions to come in. It takes 60 to 90 minutes of undivided attention to tap into flow. So to be able to get into that flow state, you need to be doing for something for 60 to 90 minutes without any type of distraction. Completely focus on that one thing. If disrupted, it takes 15 to 20 minutes to get back into the flow state, if you can get back into the flow state at all. So if I want to start to enjoy work, I want to start making this fun and enjoyable, then I need to be able to give this 100% of my attention without allowing for all these distractions. Because then my brain wanders off and it's no longer focused at the task at hand. So again, if I want to create great results in my life, get rid of the distractions. I need immediate feedback. I need to look for ways to improve my performance in real time. So as I'm speaking to customers, one thing that I can do to start creating flow is start really thinking like, dang, like how could I improve? How could I have done better? What could I have done better? How could I have told this person this thing? Maybe that objection that I was saying, it wasn't good. I need to start looking for immediate feedback in my mind and start being curious of how do I improve. Curiosity is a great way to just get free attention. Think about it like when you first start dating someone, right? How curious are you about that person when you're in that honeymoon stage, right? You want to know everything about them. You're just wondering what they're doing throughout their day, and that's giving all your attention to that one thing. It's creating a free attention. It's giving you free attention. And so we need to be curious about how can I improve onto the doors, and then that's just going to pull us into the task. Does that make sense? So again, constantly thinking about how could I have done better? How can I improve? And then clear goals or purposes. I need to have a selfish goal that you're wanting. It's not because everyone talks about their purpose sometimes being like, oh, like I want to do this for the world and I want to do these, you know what I mean? It has to be 100% selfish. It's a selfish goal that you're wanting to move closer to. When we are given a task or metric to reach, as long as we can clearly see it, that's when we start to allow dopamine to come in. So again, if I'm reminding myself of like all the great things that I'm going to get, all the money that I'm going to achieve, all the things that I'm going to buy, and if I continue to remind myself about all those things, as I'm progressing and as I'm moving forward, little shots of dopamine are going to be kicked into my body. And again, it's going to allow me to be hyped up, it's going to allow me to be motivated and make work fun and enjoyable. If you're struggling with the doors, if you're not liking working on the doors and you're feeling like work is a drag, it's because you're not allowing yourself to dip into flow. You're not allowing yourself to have that overflowing feeling of joy. When you're in these states, that's when they say that you're feeling the most joyful in life. But are you just getting rid of the distractions? Are you looking at ways to improve? And are you really giving this all of your attention? If you can be doing that, work is going to be more fun for you. But if you're not allowing to do that and you're allowing your mind to get distracted and you're constantly bouncing back from all these different ideas, you're texting people, you're doing emails, you're on social media, you're not allowing yourself to dip into that flow and you're not allowing yourself to be into your peak performance. You're not allowing yourself to make as much money as you could be making. So cut out all the distractions. Understand that knocking doors, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be hard. That's good. It's going to allow me to get into flow state. Bless you, bless you. Look for ways to improve. Be curious about your job. Be curious of how you can get better. And then have clear goal or purpose that you're trying to achieve. Have something that you're working towards. And think about all the great things that you're going to be able to create for yourself. Be selfish about it. And then again, if you can see yourself moving closer to that, you're going to have the dopamine. You're going to dip into the flow state. This is just the physiological triggers. We're going to talk about the other ones that are going to allow you to dip into flow. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Cool. Questions on this at all? Anyone have questions? Anything? Is it cool? It's different? Yeah, it's different. But I want you guys to understand, like, if you want work to be enjoyable, if you want the doors to be enjoyable, allow yourself to dip into flow. So that way you're not fighting against your natural instincts within your body. You're not fighting against the chemicals. If you understand how your body works, you understand what's going on, you know what you have to do, and then you can operate at peak performance. But if you're fighting against it and you're doing everything the opposite of what you need to be doing to dip into flow, then it's no wonder why you're not getting the results that you're wanting to. Understand how your body works, your brain works, your emotions work, the chemicals that are going on in your body. Take advantage of that, and then you can operate at peak performance.
And then you control your reality.
And you control your reality. Cool? Let's have a great day. Zach, break us off. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm relentless. I'm relentless. I'm relentless. I'm relentless. I will win. I will win. I will win. I will win. Sales are easy. Sales are easy. Sales are easy. Sales are easy. Money on me. Money on three. 1, 2, 3. Money. Let me get a 2. Clap. Woo! So I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys have any questions, you'd like us to talk about anything, make sure you guys put it in the comments down below. Also, if you guys are interested in a job with us, we have one of the best training programs within the industry. Make sure you go ahead and email us. We can reach out to you guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.